This tiller hasn't ran for years, and I want to show you the process that I go in starting an engine that hasn't been ran for many years. Join me as I share stories of my life as a kid, bringing junk home and turning it into something useful. Fact is, I'm still doing this today at age 69. I bought this tiller new at a local lawnmower shop, and it has sat in a garage forgotten for many years. The reason I want to get this running is I would like to add attachments to it, like an edger and that sort of thing, and my wife will be using it, and I want it to run. I want it to be dependable. So there's a reason why I want to get this started. Over the years, I have been faced with many challenges when it comes to engines, and especially to get them running if they have sat or if they've been neglected. And through the process of all of that, I've learned a few things that I do, just a few basic steps to take in facing those challenges when something doesn't run. And today, I want to go through that with you, because I believe that you too can learn how to start an engine that hasn't been ran for years. Yes, I said you can, if you follow a few basic steps in the process of getting an engine running. Follow along as I show and take you through these steps. There are just a few basic tools that you'll want to have in approaching a project like this. You'll want a ratchet with a spark plug socket, because we will check that. You'll want a container to empty the old gas. We'll check that. You'll want to get some fresh oil and fresh gasoline, because we'll put that in. Pliers and maybe even a screwdriver would come in handy, but those are the basic tools. So what are the steps in repairing and going through? The first step is what I always look at and think about is I look at the overall condition. If I was really going to get into this, I would clean this all up first. I hate working on dirty stuff. But today, for the sake of time, I'm not going to do the cleaning. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to empty this gas tank into this and get rid of all the old gas. We're going to make sure we got good, fresh gas. And then we're going to take the spark plug out and we're going to see if we have spark. So what keeps an engine from running is two basic things. You need fuel and you need ignition. With the fuel, you need compression and you need the air ratio mixture and the carburetor just right, but that's too technical. We don't need to worry about that today. And you need spark, and with the spark, the timing of that spark has to be perfect. It doesn't matter how good your fuel system is if you don't have a good spark, and it doesn't matter how good your spark is if you don't have fuel. So we're going to go through that today, and I want to demonstrate what I do in preparing and getting an engine to run where it would be dependable for, let's say, your wife to start it or anything like that. So as if you're like me, which I think you are, you don't like getting phone calls, say, hey, the tiller won't start. Can you come start it for me? Yes, dear, I'll come start it. No, you want it to start on its own easily by just pulling this little rope, and it takes right off. So follow along with me today as I go through these steps. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the cap off of this, and we're going to try to pour the gas out. And I didn't show this to you previously, but it's all this is a plunger. I'm putting it in the tank. I have a hose attached to this, and I'm going to see if I can't pump this tank out. Yeah, it looks like the gas is coming real good. Let's get this all pumped out of there because we want to start with fresh gasoline. So let me get this pumped out and I will get back with you. All the gasoline, all the old gasoline is out of this engine. There wasn't much in there, or out of this tank, so it's empty. Set that over here where I can kick it and it falls apart here in a little bit. The next thing we want to do is take off and check the spark plug. So I'm going to pop this wire off of here. Whoops, can't do that. Take the pliers and see if I can't get that off of there. So we'll pull that off, and then we'll get our spark plug wrench and we will put it down on it. I got the wrong size spark plug socket. Let me get the right one. I probably should have known this, but I didn't. It takes a metric, and I had a 5/8, so let's see if this will come out of there. Oops, wrong way. Boy, that's in there tight. Oh man, that's never been out of there. Wow, that was tight. Well, let's get the spark out. Spark plug. And see what it looks like. That plug is a little dirty. I'm not going to replace it, but what I'm going to do is take it over to my wheel and just clean it up just a little bit. All I did was clean the end of that electrode off, and I probably should gap that, but nah, let's see if we got spark. And the way I do that is I put this in here like this, the way I took it out, and then I put my tongue on here. Oop, no, I'm just kidding. Don't get excited. Let's see if anything happens. Nothing there, but I'll tell you what, we have to be able to ground this on a piece of metal. Let me get a screwdriver. Oh, I should have had these tools all together, but I didn't. This screwdriver, I'm touching the head in there, and I'm putting it against the spark plug, and by doing so it'll ground it out in a way that I can tell if it has spark or not. Let me see. Oh, there's one other thing I have to do. This helps, by the way. Don't ever, if you forget everything else I say, this one little tip will save your day. Now listen carefully. You listening? You have to turn the switch on. Where is it? Let me look. Right here. It says start. Why won't it start? I don't know. Let me look. Oh. Now I have it over on start. Let's take a look here. You can't see it. If I bring in here closer, you could. But for sake of time, just take my word for it. That's jumping like a wild ape from point A to point B. We got spark. That's a good sign. So let's go ahead and take this plug back out and screw it into the plug hole like that. We're not going to put it in quite as tight as it was when it came out. That was a bit much. It's a wonder it didn't turn the whole cylinder head off. Okay, here we go. One thing you don't ever want to do is cross-thread these things, because click, click, torque. It's torque. There we go. And put that back on. By the way, I didn't mention this before, but this is one of them ropes that you just pull a little bit, and it actually something does something in here, I don't know what, but it makes it like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take some good oil. This is 2-cycle oil. I'm not promoting anything here, guys, gals, but this is what I like using it. You can get any kind. This is a synthetic oil. One of these packets to exactly a gallon of gasoline. And with that, you get the perfect fuel mixture for all the ratios that are out there. How that works, I don't know, but it does. So what I'm going to do is pour this in here, and I have the scissors here. These are a must-have in a shop. They work so good. I cut that off, and now I'm going to pour this oil right in there, and make sure you get it all out of the packet. These packets, you know, they cost just a little bit more, but it sure takes the guesswork out of anything you're doing when it comes to mixing gas. And a gallon of gas in a little tiller like this, well, what can I say? It just goes a long way in what you're doing. So I usually get the gas. This is a 2-gallon can. I put 1 gallon in. I met one of these packets to a gallon of gas, and I'll hold this up so you can see. I'm not promoting this product, but I use it regularly. Okay, with the gas in, I turn the spout back on tight. And by the way, compression or timing with the spark is critical. I'm assuming that the timing is perfect. This has never been tore apart, so there's no reason why the timing would be off. Now with the gasoline, compression is critical. And if you don't have enough compression, it will not compress the fuel, make it the way it's supposed to for it to happen, and it won't fire. This has plenty of compression. I can tell by the way this is pulling. Hear that? Okay, now the other thing is the fuel air mixture in this little bitty carburetor. But what I'm going to do is put the gas in, and we're going to try and start it. And if it fires, I think we'll be in good shape, but we'll see. Now, after you get that in there, it's crucial that you shake that up really good. Get that nice, you know, blah, 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 blah. What do you think? Yep. And now we're going to do our best. I hate these newfangled. Oh, these are so hard to use. Get gas all over it. Oh. Hear it coming. Is it coming? Yep, it's about half full. Let's keep it going. Ho, 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 ho. Right there, right there. That's not quite full, but it's full enough. Let's put this on. Okay, we've got good fuel. We have spark. I wish I'd have cleaned this up. It looks terrible. I'll leave it for later. We have the choke, putting that on. There's also a primer bulb on this. Let me push on that a little bit. See what happens. Okay, we got that. You gotta be kidding me. Did you hear that? That hadn't run for years. It took right off. Wow. I wonder if we can keep it running. I'm gonna put this down in the ground and I'll get back with you on this one. Okay, you heard it fire. Let's see if we can get it and keep it running. Get a little bit more gas. Put my foot here for, okay. Let's open that just a little. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, but I have to. Just did it. I had no idea that would start that easy. A few simple steps and any motor will run. I still can't believe it. I'm serious when I say this hasn't ran for a few years. But with a few simple steps and a little patience, see what you can accomplish. You follow these steps. Make sure you got spark. Make sure you got fresh gas. And then just depend on your equipment to do the rest. But you can do this. I love making these videos for you, showing you some of the tricks of the trade that I've learned over the years. And I appreciate you following me. I appreciate the subscribers that I have. And it's because of you that I can do what I'm doing. And in fact, I am 69 years old and I can kind of do what I want to do now, but you are important to me. So if you find my videos helpful, entertaining, you enjoy following, continue. I appreciate you. Can it be fixed? Sure it can. Can you fix it? You bet you can. Until the next time.